Welcome to day 214 of our DeSo journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother Brian. And remember, these videos are sponsored by CloutFeed.
Yeah, and CloutFeed actually had an update yesterday, version 1.5.3. They allow you to have the ability to have a search history so you can see everything you've searched in the past. They also added to preferences the ability to remove coin price. And finally, they added the ability to have drafts on post so you can type something out and save a draft. So that's cool. If you want to update your CloutFeed app, all you have to do is close the app and open it again, and the update will be there.
All great features, all great new features. So yesterday, Natter put out a post. It was actually a Google document that he shared with the community that talks about the future of the referral program. And I think for the most part, the community really embraced the changes that are being made. And those changes are supposedly coming this sometime today, if all goes as planned. And we'll talk about some of those changes. One of the big changes is that once this new referral program rolls out, it's going to be available for anyone who's been active in the last 7 days, which I think is a great improvement.
Yeah. So we're seeing a lot of people like with secondary accounts going back and using those accounts to refer others. Meanwhile, you don't have some of the active users who have been on here for weeks or even a couple months don't even have the ability to refer. So I think this is important. And more important, I think, is the value that they lowered it to. I think you can continue with that though.
Yeah, so everybody who gets this referral link, again, those active in the past 7 days are going to have unlimited referrals. So the link they get can be used over and over and over again by as many people as they want. Were you pointing to yourself for some reason, Brian?
Just had an itch.
Okay. So you can use it as many times as you want, share it with as many people as you want. And the way it's going to work is the person you refer is going to get $25 when they sign up and verify. And then everybody you refer, you're going to get $5, unless there's a stipulation, Brian.
Yeah, the stipulation is if you join Merlin's Army. And Merlin's Army is if you own at least, I think, $5 of Merlin's creator coin. I do know. Well, so first of all, you'll get 750 if you are a member of Merlin's Army. So if you're referring people, you'll get $7.50 per referral. But I do know
Instead of
that
the
Natter is
five,
looking at
instead of the normal five.
instead of the normal five. I do know that Natter is looking at alternate ways to kind of reward people as well. And 100 actually replied to a post and said, "Hey, why don't you use Articuno? Articuno, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right,
Yeah.
but he was a guy that would basically give diamonds away in droves to people who were active on the platform. So what if you said, hey, if you own any of Articuno's coin, you can now also get 750, something like that. So I think they're going to work with this. I like how they're listening to the community. I like how they're making changes on the fly. And I mean, the referral program's only like a week and a half old, and they're already making drastic changes to it. And the changes I think are going to work. And we've already seen some of the changes they made earlier start to work. I know Tyne has posted some stats.
Yeah, and also coming with this referral change, also there's some tutorial changes thanks to Zordon and the Diamond app node. They're working to make the tutorial much more fluid, much more smooth. That's like one of the huge complaints that the community's had is the tutorial just makes it very difficult for people to sign up. It makes it difficult to refer people because, they had to get through that tutorial in order to sign up. So some of the changes the tutorial is going to bring is it's going to be more smooth. It's going to suggest people to follow when you sign up. So I think that's good. It's going to get people engaging more. And instead of forcing you to buy somebody's coin with your real DeSo, it's going to be simulated, and you don't actually have to do it if you don't want to. Any part of the tutorial is skippable at any point. You don't have to do any of it. You could skip certain parts of it. And the part where you buy creator coins is actually a simulation rather than a real coin purchase.
Yeah,
Also,
so
go ahead.
I think that I think that what we saw initially with the referral program is that users would hit points of resistance. And these points of resistance, every one you hit would make you less likely to actually continue through and create your profile and become active on the platform. So I think what they've done is they listened to the community and they've done everything they can to remove these points of resistance so that it's a smooth easing into the whole DeSo process for new users, and it makes them immediately get typing, immediately start posting, and you don't have to go through all these extra steps, I guess, before you can start.
Yeah, and additionally, new users are now going to be defaulted to the following feed rather than the hot feed, and you don't need a profile photo when you sign up either. It will just have a default profile photo. And non-Jumio countries that have been banned by Jumio because of the issues, can still sign up and create accounts. They just can't earn that $25 referral reward when they sign up. So, I think these are all great changes. Ultimately, I think Natter wants to get away from Jumio, but they had to find a solution to keep the bots away and find a solution to help verify users better.
Yeah, and what this is going to do by opening it up and providing unlimited referrals is that now users can advertise. They can go spend on advertising if they want to. And I know that's another point of resistance that the core team's working on, is the fact that Facebook and I think Instagram and some of these other platforms, maybe even Twitter, they do not allow crypto ads. So it's tough. So they're trying to work out a way in which we can better deal with that. That's important. But what this is going to do is allow people right now you have some people who might know like two or three people they can refer. That's probably the average person. But then you have big marketers who maybe they're used to marketing other platforms and they can go out and bring in hundreds of users. And this would be a massive move for them. I know when we had the $100 reward, people were actually like selling off those referrals. So like, hey, you can have my referral link to refer people, but give me a kickback. So you don't have to worry about that, albeit the price is a lot lower now. But if you have the ability to massively refer, those $5 or $7.50 can add up, and it gives a lot of incentive still to people who have that ability.
Yeah, and Nader also talked about how he wants to give additional rewards for people for completing certain tasks, like buying a coin or like maybe following a certain amount of people or sending your first message or post. So I think that's something that they're still looking into, how they can do that in the best way. But I think everybody pretty much really likes these changes. I'm sure there's a few people who have opinions, maybe things still need to move a little bit to fix some of the issues, but all in all, I think people are pretty happy.
Overall, the feedback I've seen has been all pretty much positive. I've yet to encounter anything that's been really negative about these new changes. I think this is definitely a move in the right direction. I think that the fact that they're lowering it from $100 is definitely something that has people more, I think, happier, because they feel like even if the system is cheated, these cheats aren't going to walk away with hundreds or thousands of dollars. And it gives the core team and whoever's monitoring things more time to kind of catch things. So, I mean, if you're paying somebody $750 rather than $100, if they cheat 5 or 6, it's not a huge deal. If they cheat 5 or 6 when they're making $100 each, then I mean, that's $500 or $600.
Yeah, and the controlling of bots seems to be working. As Tyne, he made a post early this morning talking about how the referrals are actually becoming very active on the platform. I can read a few of the stats. Weekly active registered users, according to Tyne, are up by 561, and 36% of referrals are active users. So that's really good news. 183 referred users yesterday, and all the actions of referrals have at least doubled. So, likes, comments, whatever, have at least doubled. So whatever Natter and the core team did to kind of get the bots under control, I think most of that has to do with Jumio banning certain countries, is apparently working pretty well.
Yeah, and it's going to be important. I hope that Tyne continues to post these charts, and I'm sure he will. It's going to be important to see where these charts head in the next, like I'd say, 2 or 3 weeks, because these new changes that are coming, I think it's going to have a significant impact. And already we're seeing a significant change in the activity of the referees. So I'm excited. I think we're finally going to start to see what that fuel in the fire can do. I don't think it's going to be an instant gratification type thing, but I think that over the course of the next several weeks, I think activity levels should pick up. I've noticed some activity levels picking up over this weekend, but I guess we're gonna see and find out.
Yeah, and I think that's what we have today. There's not much other news, but we'll see what comes out today.
Yeah,
And
for
we'll talk
sure.
to everybody tomorrow for day 215.